Good morning. Bienvenidos. My name is Jasmin Rivas, and I am a 200-hour certified yoga and wellness champion through Breathe for Change, which is an organization whose mission is to change the world one teacher at a time. And as someone who works with families and students and teachers and educators in our community here in Southbridge, that is something that is very near and dear to my heart. So I'm here today to share in my practice with everyone, and certainly through these uncertain times where there's a lot of stress and a lot of fear, it's important for us to share our ways that we continue to support our own well-being. And so I'm here to share what I do for myself, so that others can help de-stress and share in my practices. Bienvenidos, mi nombre es Jasmin Rivas y yo soy una instructora de yoga certificada por una organización llamada Breathe for Change, que su misión es cambiar el mundo una maestra por tiempo. Es importante que nosotros nos cuidemos el bienestar y yo estoy aquí para compartir en las prácticas que yo hago todos los días para mi bienestar. Entonces, si ustedes quieren disfrutar y ayudarlo durante estos tiempos de pánico y de estrés, pues vengan conmigo y practiquen conmigo. So I'm gonna go back and forth a little bit in the introduction. I am Puerto Rican and I do speak Spanish, and it is important for our community so that we can all share in practices that help our well-being. So I will translate at the beginning of the practice, and I will define a couple of terms, but the majority of the practice will be in English. And then at the end I will conclude with a quote and meditation in both Spanish and English. So today's theme is going to be compassion. El tema de hoy va a ser compasión. And compassion is something that we often think of having compassion for others, and we neglect to have compassion for ourselves. And I think during these times it's really important for us to show ourselves a lot of compassion and caring and loving towards ourselves. We're really hard on ourselves right now. It's difficult to think of all of the different things that we have to do to keep ourselves safe and well. And sometimes we really punish ourselves and beat ourselves up over maybe not always making the right decisions. So today I just want to share in that practice, and hopefully that will bring a little bit of compassion into your own life, so that we can develop that compassion for ourselves and then share it out into the world around us in our community, because we all need that compassion right now. El tema de hoy es compasión, y es importante que nosotros no solamente enseñemos compasión a los otros, a las personas alrededor de nosotros, pero también a nosotros mismos. Enseñarnos compasión y tratarnos con compasión y amor, porque a veces en este mundo, ahora como están las cosas, nosotros nos juzgamos a nosotros mismos por quizás tomar decisiones que son incorrectas. Y es importante amarnos y darnos compasión también. So I'm here to share in these practices, and I hope they bring you a little bit of peace and a little bit of compassion that we all can use right now. So, thank you. So we will begin. Vamos a empezar. And I'm going to define some of the terms that I'm going to be using, because the practice is going to be in English. La práctica va a ser en inglés, pero va a definir unos cuantos términos. When I say inhale, cuando yo digo inhalar, quiere decir inhale, inhalar, exhale, exhalar, y derecha, right, izquierda, left. So those are just some of the terms so everyone can follow along, and the majority of the practice will be in English. So we're going to begin in a nice, comfortable, seated position. This is comfortable for me. This is called a hero's pose, but you can select any way. You can cross your legs. You can do some of these yoga poses in a chair. I'm not doing chair yoga today, but that is absolutely okay. Whatever your body calls for to make yourself comfortable. I have a lot of knee problems, so I use a blanket. You can use a towel. I will use modifications with yoga blocks. You can use books at home, that's okay. I also have a yoga strap, and you can use a belt for some of those modifications. So I do a lot of different things, and I do modify some of the poses. For me, I want yoga to be accessible to every single person, and while I was training, I found that I was very intimidated by a lot of the poses other people could do, and I really want to make sure that yoga is accessible to everyone. And so these are the practices and the tools that I utilize to make yoga accessible and acceptable to my own body. And so those are the things that I want to share with others so that they're not pushing themselves to the point of being injured, which is really important. I have shoulder problems and muscle problems, so I do a lot of modifications around those poses as well. So let us begin. We're going to begin with 3 deep breaths, and when we breathe, we're breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. So we're going to take an inhale deep inside and exhale out through the mouth. A deep inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. And one last inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And breathing is really important during the practice. Breathing circulates the oxygen through our bodies, and that is going to help us in our well-being and to relieve the stress in our bodies. Our bodies often feel a lot of stress, especially when we're anxious or worried, and so breathing helps us through all of that. So we're going to start doing some shoulder rolls. We're going to roll our shoulders back. Make the movements nice and big and slow, rolling our shoulders back, up and back. And we're keeping our torsos nice and straight, lengthening through the crown of our heads. And you can engage your abdominals by moving your navel towards your spine. And then we're gonna switch. We're gonna roll the shoulders forward. As we're breathing, we're still breathing here. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. It's a beautiful day out here. We're at the town common in Southbridge at the gazebo. It's a beautiful day, a little bit windy, but it's gorgeous out. And we're going to breathe, and we're going to roll our heads from right to left and around to the back. And make sure you're rolling it all the way back. And then reverse in the opposite direction. Feels great. That's like a little self-massage. You don't need to go to a massage parlor. You can just do some head rolls. So now we're going to take our right hand and we're going to guide our head. We're not jerking it or, doing a harsh movement. Just a gentle guidance towards our right shoulder. We're feeling the stretch here in our left neck and our left shoulder. Nice and gentle. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And back to center. We're going to switch over to the other side. Again, gently guiding our heads to the left and feeling that stretch over here on the right side. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And back to center. On our next inhale, we're going to lift our arms all the way up. And as we exhale, we're going to hug into ourselves. We're going to hug ourselves, and then we're going to hinge at the waist and sort of bow down. So we're inhaling and coming up. And exhale, hugging ourselves in and hinging at the waist. Inhale, hugging up. And exhale, give yourself some love. All right, we're gonna put the singing bowl over here. I'm gonna clamp down my mat because of the wind. So we're gonna continue that. Inhale, lifting your arms up. And exhale, hugging it in. Inhale one more time up. And exhale, hugging it in. Beautiful. All right. We're going to do a nice big inhale, lifting your arms up. And this time you're going to exhale, bringing your palms together. And then we're going to do a mini back bend back. And exhale, coming back to center. And hands to heart center. Beautiful. All right. We're going to switch and come down to the mat. So I'm going to move my meditation cushion. And like I said, I use a blanket because I have bad knees. You can use a towel, roll it up, whatever way. So this is a tabletop pose. Our hips are stacked over our knees, and our shoulders are stacked over our wrists. Our palms are pushing into the mat. Okay, so we're stacking the joints so we avoid injuries. We're gonna take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And we're facing the mat. On the next inhale, we're going to tuck in, we're going to round out our shoulders, bringing the navel towards the spine. So you're in a tabletop, but you're pushing in, and then you're tucking your chin into your chest as you breathe in. And as you exhale, you're pushing the navel and the stomach out and lifting your head up. So this is a cow, and tucking in, this is a cat. So we're gonna do 3 sets of cat-cow. Breathing in for cat and out for cow. Breathing in for cat and out for cow. Breathing in for cat and out for cow pose. Beautiful. On the next inhale, on the next breath, we're going to take our right arm and we're going to open it up to the right side, looking up towards our hand. You can bring your hand to your hip if you're having shoulder problems, but I'm going to do this right now because my shoulder feels pretty good. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're bringing that right arm in between our left arm and our left leg for threading the needle. And you're gonna bring your face and your head right to the mat as you exhale. So inhale, coming back up. And exhale, threading the needle. One more time. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, threading the needle through. And we come back up to tabletop. Looking at your mat, take a deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let it out. And on the next inhale, we're going to take the left arm and do the same thing. Coming up for inhale and exhale, threading it through the needle. And inhale, coming back up. Open that arm up. And exhale, threading it through the needle. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And coming back up to tabletop. Take a deep breath in. And let it out. Beautiful. Feels good. Shoulders are stretching out. So on the next inhale, we're bringing our big toes together behind us. Spreading our knees on either side of the mat. And then we are sliding our hands to the front of the mat, bringing our forehead down to the mat. This is called a child's pose. This is a resting pose. Anytime you feel like you need a break during the practice, a pose is getting too difficult, or you're just not feeling that pose, you can come down to child's pose. I do this pose at night sometimes when I can't sleep, so it's a really great pose. I could sit like this all day. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. Now that breeze feels great right now, so it's beautiful out here. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And one final breath in and let it out. On the next inhale, we're coming back up to that tabletop position. And again, shoulders stacked over wrists, hips over knees. Take a deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let it out. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the right foot in between your hands, and I'm going to use my blocks for this. So you can place the blocks on either side of your foot. So the right foot is bent, knee stacked over ankle, and your back foot is flat on the mat. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And here we're going to lift up our right arm, and we're doing another twist. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And then bring that hand back to the block. On the next inhale, we're going to slide the front foot forward, straightening out the knee into a half split. Take a deep breath in and let it out. We're being careful that we're not hunching our shoulders. We're keeping our elbows straight, our shoulders back, open. Make sure your chest is opened up. So our navel is what's moving towards the thigh, not our shoulders. We're keeping it just like this. This is where I'm comfortable. Someone else might be down here, but this is where I'm comfortable. So whatever feels right for your body. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And on the next inhale, we're coming back here, bringing the knee back up. And we're going to take that right hand and we're going to open up the hip just a little bit. So I'm going to move my block a bit. And you're opening up the hip, you're stretching out that hip. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And again, you can have the block here. You can remove the block and have your palm planted on the mat, whatever is accessible to you. I'm going to use the modification. And then exhale, bringing that knee back in. And then bringing the right foot back into a tabletop position. Again, you can use the blocks. I'm going to show this modification. And take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. Now we're going to bring that left foot between the two blocks and do the same thing on the left side. So we're right here in a semi-low lunge. We're going to take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And on the next inhale, we're moving the left hand up so we can do that twist on the other side. Take a deep breath in, keeping the heart open, feeling that compassion and letting it out. On the next inhale, straighten that left leg into the half split. All right, and we are right here. I'm going to keep the blocks right here. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. Beautiful, that feels great. It's a great stretch right there. And you're bringing that foot back up towards the blocks. We're going to take our left hand, we're going to open up that hip and do the same thing on the left side. And take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. Bringing the left foot, the left knee in and bringing the left foot back to meet the right behind us. All right. Back into tabletop position. Looking at our mats, take a deep breath in and let it out. And one more big breath in and let it out. Wind is blowing us all over the place here. We're going to do 2 cat-cows again. Take a deep breath in. We're tucking the navel in, rounding the shoulders and tucking the chin towards our chest. Breathing in. And as we slowly exhale, bringing it all out, bringing the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in, tucking it all in. And exhale into cat pose. Beautiful. All right. We're going to come back into child's pose again. Big toes touching behind us, knees on either side of the mat, hands sliding to the front of the mat and forehead to the ground, to the mat. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Big deep breath in and let it out. And our hips behind us are moving towards our heels. And we're here being kind and loving to ourselves, being forgiving, not judging ourselves, so that we can then
Spread that out into the world. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. On your next inhale, we're going to come back up into tabletop position. Take a deep breath in and let it out. On your next inhale, so we're going to start getting up now. You're going to tuck your toes under behind you. You're going to be pushing your palms into the mat, and we're going to be lifting our hips up towards the sky into a downward facing dog. This is the pose everybody knows. We might not always do it right, but everybody knows it. Okay, take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. Your heels should be moving towards the mat, but if you can't, that's okay. You can pedal your feet. That's okay. If you need to bend your knees, that's okay too. And you can have a long stride or shorter stride, whatever you might need to do, moving that in or moving it out. And on the next inhale, we're going to walk or hop our feet to the front of the mat. And we're meeting here in a forward fold. Your feet are hips distance apart. And we're just going to hang here for a second. You can grab your elbows and just swing back and forth, taking a deep breath in and letting it out. And another big deep breath in and letting it out. And then you can drop your arms back down. We're going to roll our bodies all the way up. We're going to do that ever so slowly, and you're going to keep breathing through the whole thing. So keep breathing. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And then your shoulders and then your head are the last two things that are rolling up. Beautiful. So we are up here. We are in mountain pose. Our feet are hips distance apart. We are grounding down into the mat through the triangular base in our feet. Our arms are by our sides. Shoulders are down and back, relaxed. You can have a slight bend in your knee. That's okay. Take a deep breath in, lifting your arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, lifting your arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more big breath in, lifting arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. On the next inhale, you're bringing your arms all the way up. And on this exhale, we're hinging at the waist and folding down, forward fold. Take a deep breath in. We're coming halfway up our shins. We're creating a table, so your back is flat, shoulders are back, and we're looking down at the mat. This is a halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. If you can't touch the mat, you can bring a block here. That's okay. You can do that. Whatever works best. And inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. On the next inhale, we're bending our knees slightly, planting our palms on the mat, bringing the right foot back, and then the left into a plank. So we can do a regular plank pose. You can bring your knees down if you'd like. That makes it a little bit better. I'm gonna scoot back so my head doesn't touch the concrete. And on the next inhale, we're gonna come down really slow. This is a chaturanga. And exhale right here, right on the mat. We're planting our forearms down on the mat, and we're going to inhale and come up to a Sphinx pose. So your head and your shoulders are coming up off the mat, and we're going to exhale back down. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, coming back down. On the next inhale, we're pushing all the way through tabletop, bringing our big toes back into child's pose. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. Be kind to yourself here. On the next inhale, we're coming back up to tabletop. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And we're tucking our toes under behind us. We're going to push up now into that downward facing dog. Ooh, there goes my singing bowl. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And again, if you want to pedal your feet, that's okay. Another big deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let it out. And then we're walking or hopping our feet to the front of the mat again. We are right here. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And on the next inhale, we're gonna roll up. So it's almost like the worm. I don't know, I'm dating myself from the 80s, but your head is gonna roll up first, then shoulders, then rib cage, then hips. All right, so we're back up to mountain pose. Checking our stability, making sure our feet are hips distance apart. You can have a slight bend in your knee. And we are here in mountain pose once again. Take a deep breath in, arms rise up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Deep breath in, arms rise up, and exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do another series that was called a sun salutation. We're going to lift our arms up again. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lifting your arms up. And this time we're going to hinge at the waist, forward fold. And exhale. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, making that table. Shoulders back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. On the next inhale, we're bending our knees, planting our palms, right foot back, then left, back into that plank pose. So if this right here is too difficult, or even the modified version, I have done this on a wall. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the modification. This wall is a little bit thin, but so here we would have the downward dog. You can do this against the wall. And then taking a step in for our plank and bringing it in for chaturanga. Okay, so that's a modification against the wall. Sometimes when I'm having a lot of shoulder pain, I often use a wall to modify. So I'm going to come back here, just showing the modification. And exhale, coming down to chaturanga. Inhale, coming up to Sphinx pose. Forearms are planted down. Exhale, back down to the mat. Inhale, coming back up to Sphinx. And exhale, coming back down. Inhaling, coming back all the way through to child's pose. Toes together behind us, knees apart, hips moving towards our heels. Forehead on the mat. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let that out. And on your next inhale, we're coming back up to that tabletop. This is like a transitional pose. Making sure our shoulders are stacked over our wrists, hips over our knees. Take a deep breath in, pushing into the mat, and let it out. On the next inhale, we're tucking the toes behind us, pushing up all the way into that downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let it out. As we walk or hop to the front of the mat. And on the next inhale, we're going to do a reverse swan dive, lifting our arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. It's beautiful. Beautiful outside. Get a great day. You can go out and practice some yoga outside. The sun is such a healing. It's such healing. Take a deep breath in. Arms rise up. I'm going to move my blanket so I don't trip over it. And on our next inhale, we're going to step back with the right foot. And we're going to lift our arms up in front of us. Front knee or left knee is bent, stacked over the front ankle. Navel is moving towards your spine, so you're engaging the abdominals. Take a deep breath in and exhale. And this is a warrior one. Another deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to pivot that back foot 45 degrees, and we're bringing our arms, left arm in front, right arm in back, right at shoulder height, so your hips are now facing the side of the mat. This is a warrior 3, and you're going to exhale, or warrior 2, sorry, my bad, and you're facing your front fingertips. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Making sure our chest and our heart is open. We are a compassionate and strong warrior right here. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And on the next inhale, you're flipping that front palm up towards the sky, sliding the back arm against the back leg, and leaning into the peaceful warrior. And you're feeling that stretch on your left side right here. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And on your next inhale, we're kind of windmilling that front arm all the way down. So you can use a block or a book for this. And And this is our triangle pose. And you're straightening that front knee. And lifting the right arm up towards the sky. We're bringing it right onto your hip. The important thing is here, your chest is open. We are sharing, we are giving out that compassion. We're sharing the compassion that we're showing ourselves. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And the next inhale, we're just bringing that back foot to meet the front one and lifting up, coming right back into mountain pose. Take a deep breath in, lifting your arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, inhale, lifting our arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. On our next inhale, we're going to come onto the other side. Exhale, inhale, bringing our left foot back and our arms up. Right knee is stacked over right ankle. Our navel is moving towards our spine. Warrior one. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And the next inhale, pivot that back foot to 45-degree angle, bringing the arms up, shoulder height, keeping that front knee over the front ankle. Hips are facing the side of your mat. And exhale, looking over the front fingertips, warrior two. Deep breath in and exhale. Big deep breath in and exhale. Take a deep inhale, flipping the front palm up, sliding the back arm against the back leg, and leaning into that peaceful warrior. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And another big deep breath in and let it out. And on the next inhale, we're windmilling down to the triangle, straightening out the knee, lifting the, whoa, see? Yeah, even I get off balance there. I was so enthralled with the sun. Taking a deep breath in and letting it out. And another big deep breath in and letting it out. Yeah, that sun feels great right now. On the next inhale, we're bringing that back foot to meet the front and lifting up our arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Wonderful. Beautiful. And for our next segment, we're coming down onto the mat. We're going to be sitting. Again, I use my blanket a lot. We're going to be sitting in what's called a butterfly pose. So we're bringing our feet together, keeping our torso nice and long, shoulders are back, and we're lengthening through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. One more big breath in and let it out. On the next inhale, we're bringing our right foot out, bringing the left foot to our right thigh, and we are bringing that right arm onto the right leg. We're flexing the toe, taking a deep breath in, lifting the left arm up, and we are leaning. Our navel is moving towards our thigh, so we're not hunching the shoulders over.
Or you can even lean this way so as not to, you're not crunching down. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another big deep breath in and let it out. And we're switching over to the left side. Bringing that right foot into the left thigh. Take a deep breath in, arm comes up, right arm comes up. And exhale, bringing it down. Inhale and exhale. On the next inhale, we're bringing both of our legs to the front of the mat in a staff pose. Feet are flexed, toes are flexed, and we're inhaling, arms rising up. And as we exhale, we're extending out towards our toes. So we're not hunching the shoulders, keeping the shoulders back. Our navel is moving towards our thighs. Take a deep breath in, arms rise up. And exhale, forward fold here. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, forward fold here. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to come down to our backs and we're going to work on a bridge pose. You can use a block for this. So we're going to bend our knees. Oh, I forgot I have the mic back there. All right. So it's going to be a little challenging for me because I have the microphone there, but I'm going to put the block there anyway. So we're lifting our hips. Your heels are moving towards your sacrum. Arms, shoulders are on the mat. We're going to inhale and lift the hips up. And exhale. Inhale, lifting the hips up. And exhale, bringing them down just a little bit. Inhale, bring them up a little bit higher. And exhale. And inhale one more time. And exhale. You can move the block. And bring them all the way down. Beautiful. Bringing your feet all the way down to the mat. And we are at the end of our practice. We're going to be laying down. This is called a corpse pose. It is exactly what it looks exactly what it's supposed like. You can either face your palms up towards the sky, opening yourself up to for me, the warmth of the sun and the compassion in the world. Or you can ground yourself to the mat and focus on your inner compassion. Whatever feels more accessible to you at this point. And this is your time during the practice to go inward, to really give yourself that love and compassion, thinking about what you've gone through in the practice, all the things you've accomplished during the day, during the week, and really accepting yourself, where you are, who you are, and what you've done. Taking a deep breath in and letting it out. Another big deep breath in and letting it out. We usually remain in Savasana, that's what it's called in Sanskrit. And this is our resting pose. Usually remain in this pose roughly 10, 15, 20 minutes if you need it. For the purposes of our video, I'm going to get up now, but you can be in this pose for as long as you feel it's necessary. And again, during an actual yoga class, I wouldn't be speaking during this part, so I'm going to be silent for a few seconds so that you can practice in the comfort of your own home for as long as you would like. So now we're going to end our practice in the same way that we began, taking 3 deep breaths together, breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. Vamos a terminar la práctica ya como empezamos con 3 respiraciones, inhalando por la nariz y exhalando por la boca. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Another big deep breath in and let it out. Breathing in compassion and exhaling it out into the world. And I will leave you with these words to think about from the Dalai Lama. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. El amor y la compasión son necesidades, no lujos. Y sin ellos, la humanidad no puede sobrevivir. Thank you for sharing in my practice today. Gracias por compartir en mi práctica hoy. The loving, compassionate being in me honors the loving, compassionate being in you. Namaste.